Hello all, my name is Azam Abdul Wahab. Together with my team members Lim Chi Kwang, Vineshwaran and Hong Hui, we would like to share with you our presentation on the operation management of NATSTEEL Singapore with the issues they are facing and what recommendation we propose. Without further ado, we move to the next slide.
NATSTEEL was founded in 1961 formally as National Iron and Steel Mills. Their main goals during the early start-out was only manufacture, export, trade steel products for construction industry in Singapore, Malaysia, and the regions. Therefore, the mill shop computer system was upgrading themselves such as operation process, working manpower, product qualities, and others to provide better qualities for customers. Therefore, National Iron and Steel Mill changed its name to NATSTEEL Limited in 1990s. According to the diagram above in NATSTEEL organization structure, and this diagram is to helping the company to make their operations smoothly and easily. Today, I would like to talk about the NATSTEEL process hierarchies in operations for all parts of business. Regional downstreams and export team is one of the important department which they can monitor the whole market prices in global market. Build in different country gases, serving with the documentations and also logistics side with the shipment departments. Therefore, upstreams operations and engineering team is the department which can ensure the operation process in steel making smoothly and some maintenance of their machines. For building solution team department is to take care the innovations, product qualities and product designs. Human resource team is the department which hiring the new manpower and training for NATSTEEL employee. Corporate central office team normally taking care of company strategy business development, ensure the worldwide quality some safety issues in operation organizations. Therefore, finance department is to taking care NATSTEEL finance such as payroll, cost spending, income profit and so on. Recycling team is to taking care of the operation and commercial for NATSTEEL recycling service. Lastly, supply chain management department is in charge the delivery status such as shipment delay and ensure materials are supplied on time for the customers. This is the company steel making whole operations process. From the first diagram, constructions and other industrial will send the metals waste to NATSTEEL for recycling. Therefore, they'll use this radiation detection system to ensure that the metal scrap are radiation free. After this process, metal scrap are being segregated into their type and grade during the drum shaving process. Once finished segregate, they are being transferred to the melt shop to process steel making with using high voltage current machine. During the melting process, slash and dust are being produced, and this will be used for the road constructions. Therefore, the molten steel being transferred to 18 tons leather furnace for chemical refinement and temperature control. The refined molten steel flow into the casting system and the steel billets are being produced. After this process, steel billets will transfer to the hot or cold rolling mass depending form of the sheet of the steel. Then transfer to the butcher bar mill where the final products are being produced. Lastly, the final steel products stored in the warehouse and ready out for the customers.
Hello everyone, I'm Lim Jin Kwang and I'm here to discuss the issue of NetSteel losing to the competition. NetSteel all along has been a largest steel supplier in Singapore, from the early 60s. And up to until recently, which is 2017, they have been the leader of the pack, and is on 2017 NetSteel main competitor BRC Asia has taken the major market share in the industry. So like resulting in NetSteel not really making the profit anymore like compared to its yesteryears. Like the parent company Tata Steel decided to offload NATSTEEL at a loss compared to the acquisition that had happened in 2005. So we will continue to discuss the issue. And as a market leader in the industrial for such a long time, NetSteel views, operational strategy become very horizontal, bottom up and top down, and they neglect, what's happening outside of them. And on 2017, BRC Asia actually acquired another steel mill, Lee Metal. Their market share in Singapore suddenly rose and overtook NetSteel. And not only that, they are able to provide a service, to the customer at a lower cost, better flexibility, more dependable, and shorter lead time. Compared to NetSteel to their customer. And this all functions, in from 2017 to now, actually causes them, to really prosper more than NetSteel. And NetSteel, to counter that, they actually took in a lot of project with which exceeded their production capabilities. In result, they need to outsource their service, and affecting the quality consistency, and their lead time control, and a lot of extra cost is incurred. So in this slide, we will set a haze and wheels right model to remedy the issue that happened, and give a very constructive steps for NetSteel to improve their operational strategy. So at stage one, like we need to correct the worst problems, identify and correct the worst problems that's happening in NetSteel. And stage two, we need to benchmark the industry leader so that we can be close and really improve until a level that is better than our competitors, which is BRC Asia. And after we have done that in stage two, actually we need to consolidate our resources, and be the best in the industry. And after these three steps, so one step, we need to be one step ahead of our competitors. And by doing that, we will constantly, be in the lead position, compared to our competitors.
Hi, my name is Vignesh, and I'll share with you some inputs after interviewing with an ex-colleague working in NATSTEEL. Despite being founded in 1961 and running for a long time till today, there are still some operation management issues faced by the company, and one of the major issues is excess overhead expenses. Surprisingly, this company is running their operations with third-party leasing such as forklifts, trucks, and trailers. This could easily cost more than owning. Over the years, the company could be paying 3 to 5 times of more than what it costs buying the forklift. And this comparison that I just speak is only referring to one forklift unit. And if to compare the whole fleet, which includes forklift, trucks, and trailers, that's already lost a lot of money due to poor operation management. Secondly, I would like to address the other issue, which is the IT source that they have outsourced to the third party. This is a risk of confidential and privacy of the company data being leaked or hacked. There's a risk management which could be avoided. Lastly, about the company not getting the right people, as if this would waste a lot of money on the newly joined employees on their training courses, but unproductive as they are not efficient as expected. Moving forward, during the pandemic, NetSteel was facing a few challenges, which includes construction work stoppages due to lockdowns, manpower issues, vaccine rollout schedules, government assistance, supply chain disruptions, and material cost escalations. Due to the cost escalations, in January 2019, NetSteel was facing debt issues and consistent losses. And fast forward to October 2021, Tata Steel, who bought NetSteel in 2004, sold the entire stake in Singapore-based unit for 172 million. Therefore, what we can conclude is that with poor operation management, the company could be very affected and remain negative net worth. So right now, we are going to talk about why operation performance is important. So firstly, we have societal level, which has planet, people, sustainability, and profit. So for planet, it's basically environmental variables relating to nature resources, water and air quality, energy conservation, and land use. And for people, it's social variables dealing with community, education, equity, social resources, health, well-being, and quality of life. And lastly, for profit, which is economic variables dealing with the bottom line and cash flow. So this is actually called a triple bottom line. And why is it important? Is because it affects everyone. It does not just focus on business and corporate leaders, but also social communities and the businesses' impact on the planet. The accounting framework provides a more sustainable future that considers both social and environmental sustainability, methods to set goals and measures, and improve sustainable systems. New ways to generate profit, such as attracting new customers who want to lessen their impact on the environment. And lastly, a healthier work environment that focuses not only on employees, but the organization standing in its surround social environment. And secondly, we have operation strategic impact, and that focuses on risk management, learning capacity of employees, and capital capability, which does result to the profit. And to achieve good revenue and operation performance, a few objectives has to be met, such as quality, speed, dependability, flexibility, and cost. Alright, so we are moving to recommendations to improve operation management. So in this module, we have learned to use the balanced scorecard approach. So there are four different objectives to be met. So the first one, which is financial performance. In this case, my recommendation is that NATSTEEL has to tighten the system to monitor the company expenses and cash flow. Secondly, for internal process, the company should work out a comparison chart of leasing and owning assets for operation use. Thirdly, learning and growth, where company should hire personnel for IT roles to keep company confidential information within the company, which prevents cyber hacking, and also hiring the right people who are driven in passion and motivated. And lastly, we have the customer performance, which company must set standards and image to attract customers.
On this topic, we would like to share with you on the sustainability issues that the world is facing. According to the chart shown by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, 5% of the CO2 emissions are coming from the steel production. Based on the articles dated on 14 September 2021, NATSTEEL CEO Ms. Tan Man Yi informed us that the rise of the global steel consumption contribute to the increased emissions of hazardous gases, pollutants and waste. Therefore, NATSTEEL has taken the initiative measures to protect the world by creating awareness and implementing stringent procedures. They wish to achieve the zero emission goals by 2050. Here is the sustainable development goals that NATSTEEL could apply. Number one goals, use of natural resources responsibly by reducing the amount of raw materials and other input. Therefore, they should follow environment and energy policies. By recycling, they should use back steel scraps taken from their self-generated steel waste or from third parties collected sources. NATSTEEL has no issues in doing so because most of their premium products are produced from recycled steel scraps. The other measures is to use recycled waters and treated waters. These new waters from Singapore water recycle plants can be used for their cooling system during the melting process. Number two goals, pursue excellence in environmental performance. Measures taken to comply with the world regulations toward environment and energy management systems and environment performance certification. Therefore, they have to take action to put their system in place with stringent procedures in order to be ISO 14001 and 5001 certified. Number three goals is to protect diversity. In order to do so, they participate in the government program to create a sustainability buildings that is resource efficient and environmentally friendly. Here is a recommendation for NATSTEEL towards their issues in order to achieve zero emissions goals target by 2050. Number 1. Installation of solar panels on NATSTEEL facility plants to generate electrical energies. Number 2. NATSTEEL need to eliminate most electricity generation from coals or fossil fuels in their production plant. Number 3. NATSTEEL need to invest in new advanced technology in order to reduce CO2 emissions. Number 4. Recycling of existing steel materials will produce less carbon emissions as compared producing steel from raw material. Number 5. Reduce wastage. Recycled steel slags produced from the melting process can be used as concrete in road constructions. Processed gas can be recycled into heat or electricity generations, and emulsions can be used as reducing agents or chemicals sent to the chemical industries for use as raw materials. Number 6. NATSTEEL should convert all their vehicles from fuel combustion engines to electric combustion engines in order to reduce the amount of carbon emissions. Number 7. Use hydrogen instead of coal or fossil fuel as fuel for the iron ore reduction, as they give out hydrogen and waters from the blast furnace instead of carbon dioxide.
Finally, we are coming to a conclusion. In this presentation, we have added the issues of NATSTEEL and recommendations for the company to make improvements. We have covered on operation management, operation performance, operation strategy, the process design, and the product and service innovations. I believe by applying all recommendations and theories we have input, NATSTEEL can continue to strive being one of the top steel making companies in the world. Thank you for your time.